Hello, and today's experiment will be an example of the law of conservation of energy. Woo, yay! How exciting. Okay, so we are going to do this in two parts. As you may or may not be able to tell, I am on the floor on some tile. And the idea here is that energy is neither created nor destroyed, but rather transferred / transformed into some other form of energy. It is not lost nor created. So the idea normally comes in the form of Newton's cradle, which is the little balls hanging from a string, the little toy, and you let one go and it hits the balls that aren't moving, and the very last ball goes up to the same height. And that ball comes back down and it hits the other balls, and that very last one is the only one to move. So I am gonna call this Newton's poor man's cradle, because we don't have that. We have quarters, as seen in another video. So the idea here is that if I take one of these wonderful quarters and pull it back and hit this line of quarters, that they all should, for the most part, stay together. And the only one that should move about is the very last one. Should this not occur, we will explore why. And then we can also relate that back to Newton's actual cradle. So let's give it a shot. How about 3 times? Because sometimes this thing is a little strange. So here we go. There's one. Oh, there's a little gap there. So that's working. It's not a big jump, but a jump nonetheless. Let's pull it again. Oh, now we have a few breaking up, so that's interesting, because that's not what we expected to see. Let's try, like in our little example video, let's take 2 and see what happens. Oh, they all kind of fell apart. So what are we experiencing here? That first one was a really good example, conservation of energy, with the exception of the distance that I pulled back and it only moved a little bit. Why is that? Well, as we know, some energy, again, is not created nor destroyed, but transferred. And on this particular surface, it is not smooth. So there is a lot of friction going on here. So because of the friction and the sound created and the heat energy that was transformed, I guess, from the potential energy here, that created some disturbance in our experiment here.